Hello, this is Blue Leader, and we're here in Truckee, California, where they have a total of 12 Superchargers. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us. Let me give you my initial impressions of the Supercharger and surrounding area. Initial impressions, initial thoughts. First thought, you're next to a Rayleigh's, so if you need to make a pit stop in your Lake Tahoe, Northern California, almost to the border Nevada road trip, this is a Supercharger for you. Initial feelings, I've got kind of that mountain tree vibe. On the way to get here, you're passing through a lot of greenery, a lot of trees, you're going through a forest, you're not too far from Lake Tahoe, so you've got that nice outdoorsy vibe. Initial concerns, not very concerned. This Supercharger is very well lit. I could see directly above it a lot of LED lighting. Daytime, obviously very well lit. So anyways, please keep showing that support by hitting the like and subscribe. It's been a long day. And if you know anyone that wants to hang out with us, make sure you share the content over with them. Thanks a whole bunch, and hang tight for the guest review.
So this one I like because it's a pretty high-powered one. I actually am staying in Tahoe City for the weekend, and one, it's hard to get in the charger there, and they aren't at very high kilowatts. So I needed to go to the store anyway, so I thought, well, I'll come down to Truckee and use this one. And when I plugged it in, I think I'm up at 150 kilowatts. So I came specifically for that reason. There's a Rayleigh's right here, which is why I came down. I'm going to go shopping there. I tend to look for Teslas that aren't just somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, but actually where I can spend some time, efficiently doing something I have to do anyway, which is shopping. If there's something here, I might grab something for lunch, or I may head into Truckee, which is local. So I don't know the area well enough to recommend.
Now, if there was no Supercharger here, would you still come back to this parking lot?
I don't live here, so I wouldn't just come here anyway unless I had to go to Rayleigh's.
Got it. Now, do you drive your Tesla Model Y around a lot?
Yes, 2,000 miles a month.
2,000 miles a month. What's the furthest road trip you've taken your Model Y in?
I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I've taken it up to Washington State.
Wow, how long did it take you to get there?
I did it in one day. I did have to stop along the way, so it took me pretty much the whole day, but it's possible.
How many times did you have to charge from San Francisco to Washington State?
I want to say it was 4. I ran it pretty much, not all the way down, but close, and I mapped out along the freeway, along 5. There's charging stations pretty much the whole way.
How was the ride?
Great. It was great. Yeah, no, I like the car a lot. Excellent.
Now I'm wondering, there are some entertainment, some thoughts about the state of California taxing all EV drivers per mile. I'm not sure if you heard of it, up to maybe 30 cents a mile. Did you hear about that by chance?
I haven't, but I know the general issue, just because who's going to pay for the road since there's a gas tax. So it seems to me the tax should be a little bit less to encourage more EV drivers, but I do use the roads like people with gas cars.
What would be an acceptable tax for an EV driver to help pay for the roads?
So I'm not sure what the rate is now, but I would say half of what gas car internal combustion engine drivers are paying.
That could seem fair, about half. What's been thrown around a little bit in social media is the 30 cents a mile for EV drivers. So if you drove 2,000 miles in your EV, you could possibly be charged $600 a month. A thumbs up or thumbs down to that possibility?
So I guess I'd want to compare it to what gas drivers are getting. People are already getting a $7,500 incentive to buy an EV, and sometimes more. Like they may have it parked, charging at their place of employment. So I think it's relative to what gas drivers are paying. You want it to be an incentive, but not just a boon.
Very good. Now, before we take off, Eileen, do you have any final words of wisdom for us?
I test drove an electric car actually only on a whim, or when I test drove it, I felt like I could see the future. And now owning one for over 3 years, I just feel like anyone who tests it will move to electric because they cost less to maintain, they cost less to drive, and they're quick, efficient, great cars.
That sounds like some great things to live by and look forward to. Thank you so much, Eileen. We'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
I just need one thumbnail shot. This is going to be from your waist up. Okay, awesome. Let's see if the lighting's a little bit better. There's a little bit of shadow. If you could just put your
Okay.
yeah, just put your chin up a little bit. Oh, that's much better. Awesome. Smile. Very